Some things you should know about the larger surahs is that in the introduction of the larger surahs, Allah will mention a few comments, introductory comments, and those are the most comprehensive, rich comments. They are kind of like, when you go to a college course and you take an orientation, and your professor kind of sets your mind and your thought process about what's going to happen in the rest of the semester, sets your expectations, tries to brief you about how to navigate the course successfully. That's kind of what happens in the beginnings of long surahs. Allah will say a few words, but if you contemplate those few words, then the rest of the study of that surah and the message of that surah will become easy to understand, because you'll have to keep reminding yourself of that opening comment. So the same thing happens in Al-Baqarah, the same thing happens in Ali Imran, and now the same thing is happening here. Just to give you another outside example, for instance, in Ali Imran, Allah says, فَأَمَّا الَّذِينَ فِي قُلُوبِهِمْ زَيْغٌ فَيَتَّبِعُونَ مَا تَشَابَهَ مِنْهُ ابْتِغَاءَ الْفِتْنَةِ وَابْتِغَاءَ تَأْوِيلِهِ وَمَا يَعْلَمُ تَأْوِيلَهُ إِلَّا اللَّهُ وَالرَّاسِخُونَ فِي الْعِلْمِ يَقُولُونَ آمَنَّا بِهِ كُلٌّ مِنْ عِنْدِ رَبِّنَا وَمَا يَذَّكَّرُ إِلَّا أُولُو الْأَلْبَابِ. In the opening comments in Surah Al-Imran, Allah mentioned people, when they come across, when Allah says something in the book, that something in the book, Allah deliberately, on purpose, He made it very explicitly clear. And some things, He was not as open about it. He left it not completely clarified, right? He put some tashabuh in it. And then He says, and people who have fitna in their hearts, they try to find some crazy interpretation for the thing that He did not make explicitly clear. It's a test for them. ابتغاء الفتنة وابتغاء تأويله. They want to create some kind of a new scandal, a new fitna out of it, a new interpretation, or they want to be the first to say, nobody could figure this out, I'm the one who just figured this out. They want to lay claim to that. So somebody can make a new, YouTube video, nobody knows what Alif Lam means all these years, but I, my friends, have figured it out now, right? And he wants to get 1 million views or whatever. That's the goal. So Allah says, وَالرَّاسِخُونَ فِي الْعِلْمِ آمَنَّا بِهِ. The people who have richness in their knowledge, they have faith in it. And they say, كُلُّ مِنْ عِنْدِ رَبِّنَا. All of it is from our Master. So what happens later on in the surah is there's a passage about Isa alayhi salam. And Isa alayhi salam, Allah says to him, إِنِّي مُتَوَفِّيكَ وَرَافِعُكَ إِلَيَّ. Right? And Jesus, and the last part of the life of Jesus is one of the greatest, debated components of history in the world. What exactly happened to Jesus, right? And so some, even among the Muslims, are going to pick that passage and then try to come up with creative interpretations out of that passage and come up with theories about what actually happened with Isa alayhi salam. And that's just an example. If you go back to the opening of the surah, Allah said, I will test you with this. I will give you something. I won't make everything explicit. Let's see what you do with it.